Alright, hello everybody. It's time for more mysteries to solve. Also, if I'm late streaming today, I apologize. My bird was up a little bit later than I needed to. Things to note, for those of you guys who are joining us recently, it is day 3 now. There's some weird shit that happened during the masked ball the previous day. And we were able to discover that there is a secret entrance to the catacombs in the ballroom. That, or we have more access to the ballroom now. Day 3, we woke up at 11. We attended some church services. We also saw what people were up to. But primarily at 12, the delivery, the hotel staff were doing deliveries. So we were able to sneak into the basement and make sure that we get access to that. And we were able, last we stopped, I basically started solving mysteries that the hotel staff were doing. I haven't done Seamus and Lorcan Sinnott yet, but I did manage to solve Caitlin Joyce, who her story actually ties into Lloyd Dupree. We also solved Mr. Varley, who basically tried to save the hotel because the problem is he did it the wrong way by hiding Mrs. Dean's disappearance. Now, the one mystery that I would like to solve after the next hour, because I saved right before the hourglass, is Mr. Hunter, Ivan McLeod, and Victoria Lau, because it seems like their mysteries are intertwined, essentially. To summarize, for those of you guys who don't remember, Ivy McLeod and Victoria Lau, Victoria Lau's her husband passed away, and she found solace in a relationship with Miss McLeod. The problem is, this is the oldie times, so, like, same-sex relationships are kind of not a thing. So the plan is for Miss McLeod to find a husband under the just to maintain the facade, while she can continue her tete-a-tete with Miss Lau. The problem is Miss Dean apparently tried to threaten her, because she discovered this relationship, and the Ivy is basically asking Dara Hunter, who is somebody who she knew when she was a child, to help stop Miss Dean. So that's where we're at the moment. I also checked every single mystery at 218, but I don't remember there being anything. There is a talk on Irish mythology, which we should definitely do, just because you never know, whenever it actually will come up in a topic up ahead. The other thing that happened is, I guess I should mention, is while we discovered the reason why we discovered the catacombs entrance in the ballroom was because somebody kidnapped another masked person. Everybody was inebriated at the time because they drank some crazy hallucinogenic Kool-Aid. We discovered that there was a strand of red hair, and turns out it was Dom Hollow Finn, who is one of the local shaman people who got kidnapped. We went to his room. We discovered that he essentially had magic powers, and he was originally supposed to be the intended victim of the culprit. But because he was sleeping in a sleeping bag for some reason, and not the actual bed, he's safe from the curse, because the sigil is underneath the bed. That's the one thing that I forgot to mention, and we'll see how far we can get today. I do plan on about a 2 to 3 hour stream.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Rory Callahan, and I'm pleased to see you all here. I'd like to give my thanks, first of all, to you good people for attending this talk of mine, and to the Marquess for inviting me to speak. I'm going to talk to you today about the mythology of Ireland, the generations of mythical figures that were said to walk this land before us, and the story of our forefathers, as legend tells it. and how they secured our place here on this small part of the planet that we call home.
And why not?
It'll help you to understand that there are 4 cycles in Irish mythology. First, there's the mythological cycle. It concerns the most ancient reaches of our mythology, a time when a godlike race, the Tuatha Dé Danann,
Well, my pronunciation was off.
they shared this land with
Tuatha
the
Dé Danann.
Sidhe, or the fair folk, on which my aunt has already spoken to you.
Oh, she.
Secondly, there is the Ulster cycle, which took place around the birth of Christ.
I think I pronounced it Tuatha Dé Danann, but they said Tuatha Dé Danann, or Tuatha Dé Danann.
It mostly concerns the
Which is
warfare of the
completely
regional
off.
kingdoms that made up what we now know as Ireland.
Hmm.
The third cycle is the Fenian cycle, which focuses less on gods and their ilk or even royalty. It concerns itself with the exploits of hunters and bards, especially the Fianna, led by the hero Fionn McCool. And finally, there is the fourth cycle,
Cool.
the cycle of kings. This
You're missing a
cycle,
couple
as
silvers
you may
there.
guess, tells the story of the kings of Ireland, often with a moral to their story about the qualities that are desirable or undesirable in a king. Even after the first cycle, where they're seen most often, the Tuatha Dé Danann occur in many tales throughout Irish mythology.
Tuatha Dé Danann.
They're not
Holy
gods in the
shit.
Christian sense.
That's
They do not have
pronunciation.
the same level of power, nor are they all-knowing. Rather, they're more akin to the gods found in ancient Greece or Rome. They are understood to have dominion over certain aspects of life, yes, but they were also understood to exist in a form possible for mortals to encounter, and bound by degrees of the practical nature that this implies. Their plans, as we find in these myths, can be waylaid or circumvented by wily heroes. Indeed, many is the god that has died at human hands, or close enough to how we see death for it to be functionally the same in our eyes. Which brings me to the Milesians. The Milesians, our ancestors, at least for those Irish in the room, did not start their story in Ireland, but were a group of people who had travelled the earth for many hundreds of years. They came from Iberia, first led by a man named Each, who met with the 3 High Kings of Ireland, members of the Tuatha Dé Danann. He also met his end in Ireland, though the myths do not agree as to who or what killed him. Regardless, descendants of his brother's line, the 3 brothers, Amergin, Eruman, and Eberfin, would later come to Ireland seeking the vengeance for Eoch's death. To do so, their forces travelled to the royal capital of Ireland to confront the kings he held responsible for their uncle's demise. The Milesians and the High Kings negotiated a truce, in which the Milesians would stay 3 days anchored offshore in their fleet. But it was a trick. The Tuatha Dé Danann conjured a storm to wreck their foe's fleet. However, Amergin was a legendary poet and calmed the winds with magical verse. Those ships that outlasted the storms took again to land, and after great wars were waged, the survivors negotiated their peace. When offered half the land, the Milesians agreed, and cunningly took the upper half, relegating the Tuatha Dé Danann to the other world below. The land above was divided by Amergin between his brothers, giving the north to Erin and the south to Eberfin. They became the new High Kings of Ireland, then known in the Irish tongue as Era, in tribute to one of the sovereignty goddesses of old. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope this gives you an understanding of where we've come from.
I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention to all that.
A people who
I was mostly focused on the pronunciation.
who can overcome any force and the tricks they may use.
Hopefully that's a
People
reference
who will
somewhere.
Stop until this land is theirs once more.
Mr. Coventry is here though. So Mr. Coventry is unique because we did he had a couple of misnomers in when we asked about his late wife. I've given them some time. I wonder if the staff have finished moving those boxes in the basement yet.
I should close the mystery of the basement's secrets. If I can form a hypothesis, I will learn something useful from my investigation.
Yeah. I'll mention Mr. Coventry later though, because Declan, the main character, has already mentioned that I need to close the mystery of the basement. I guess we'll do the basement first. Checking to see if there's anything else that's missing. Let me check what's the quickest way to the basement. I think it's just, yeah, the east basement right there. And we will deal with a couple others later. All right. We did solve the mystery of Miss Hisham too. We actually solved a lot of mysteries last night. Kitchen. Okay, nobody's in the kitchen. Cool. Yeah, so people were moving here, moving stuff here, Mr. Hunter and and Seamus, so we weren't able to do stuff. Cleaning items, cleaning supplies, okay. Not important. There must be something that stands out more. An extensive guide on household management. It contains detailed... Oh, hang on. Let me move my face. Thank you. It contains detailed instructions on cooking, childcare, and cleaning. Water to the quantity of 1 bucket. It is open on a recipe for a cleaning solution. 1 piece of soap, broken. This is for its lye. 1 dash of ethanol. 2 scoops of powdered chlorine are required. Do I have to remember any of this? I think I'll take this with me. I guess I may have to. It's stuck. More than that, there's something sticky keeping it that way. It smells like treacle. Well, I guess I found what I need to clean. Dumbwaiter. This must lead up to the dining room. Okay. My guess is we have to... Oh. I think we know this already. A list of the meals planned for this week. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to search anything else. It's locked and hasn't been opened in quite a while. I suspect there is nothing I need from there. Okay. So... high chance that some of this stuff with the soap and the cleaning solutions are probably in the laundry, so that's probably why there's still an objective for me to search the laundry. Cool. Alright, let's use this. A fair few of these are needed in the recipe I found. I could make a cleaning solution now if only I had something to mix it together in. Oh, there a bucket? I think there was a bucket. I see, I see. I guess we need to find a bucket. Let me double check that records again. 1 bucket of water. Okay, so we have to find that. East corridors. Okay. Guess I can't open the larder. There is one more entrance that I do need to solve. I don't know where I can find a bucket. Unless it's somewhere upstairs with the bathroom. Yeah. Oh wait, there is somebody here. It sounds like there's someone on the other side. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we're not going in there. Oh, I see a bucket. Oh, it's not the... It has to be a bucket of water specifically, okay. Maybe I can just find an empty bucket and then pour water, because there was a sink. I could have missed one. It should definitely be in the laundry room, I feel. Oh, wait. Boiler room's also new. Okay. Nothing from the boiler room, okay. Maybe I missed something. Let me check the kitchen again. Oh, there's a bunch of buckets. Oh. Bruh, it's right next to it? Come on, a tin bucket. The staff must use it for mopping and the like. Uh, remember day one? The intro. We arrived at like 11 p.m. Panda. So technically that is day one. That 1 hour counts as day one for them. That's why you see on the top it says day 3. And welcome back. I know I started streaming late. Sorry, apologies for that. Okay, let's put these to use. Alright, I need to mix the correct ingredients if I have to make a cleaning solution. Alright, 1 bucket of water. Okay, 1 broken piece of lye. 2 scoops of powdered chlorine. Wait, which one's the chlorine? Powdered, oh, I see. Okay, it's highlighting it. Never mind, we're good. 1, 2, 1 dash of ethanol. Okay, okay. There, that's all the recipe called for. Yeah, I'm trying to wait until my cockatiel goes to bed. That seems like everything. Maybe it's best I move on and not push my luck by being in here any longer. Nice. Thanks for watching, Garu. I know you're a mod, but appreciate you all just the same. Okay, so now we can just use the solution on this. So if I rub this over the wherever it seems stuck. Nice. Various recipe and housekeeping books. Hold up, what's this? A book on incantations. There is a note written inside it. Your possibilities are only limited by your vision. To get you started, Evelyn. Was Miss Dean trying to teach Miss Murphy some magic? Yeah, so apparently there's some treacle stuck in that door that we just tried. So we were just mixing a solution to help clean that up. There's a section that lists techniques for seeing people through magic. The words, "I can't do this without you," have been scrawled over it. But who was Miss Murphy so desperate to see? I guess we won't know. I can't see anything of note in here. A chef's apron. It seems there's something inside one of the pockets. This could be a key for the women's dormitory. Okay, so that means I'm done with the kitchen. That line of text. It's interesting that he said that he immediately knows that it's for the women's dormitory. But I guess maybe it's just the old traditions where women are expected to be manning the kitchens, I suppose. Am I right to guess that your... Oh, that's cleaning ingredients. None of these books. Actually, no. A photo of Caitlin's husband. On the back it says, Colm Joyce, 1842 to 1892. Wait a minute. Despite his passing a few years ago, he still keeps his photo beside her bed. Hang on a second. I think we've seen similar records to this. Hang on. There are several codes that we've seen with those symbols. A sequence of symbols. Yeah, but scratched out symbols. Yeah, there should be more than this one. I'm assuming it's the order of how you need to press it. I feel like we can solve that one already, but... And I definitely remember seeing a couple more of those symbols. Okay, didn't realize we were gonna make a whole thing with that. Search the women's dormitory. Okay. A lockbox was a sequence of starting patterns. I wonder what's inside. Yeah, we don't know what it is yet. I think. I'll scour around first in this area. The remains of a torn page with various notes on it. The main one reads, I know Miss Dean didn't leave, but where did she go? Something needs to be done to make sure she's okay. But it also has, why can't I remember? And have to protect that poor lass, written in it too. The spiral sigil is also here with leave me alone, written beside it. There's shoes. Mrs. Joyce's shoes are of a medium fit. Okay. An incomplete letter. Cousin, thank you for sending me these newspaper articles. You have no idea how useful they've proven to be. I'll remember that. Actually, did that open anything? Mysteries, the basement. Come now, we know about the symbolic oh, never mind. I think this is it. Yeah. The burnt symbols page was what I was looking for. So hang on, let me see. The plus, the 3. Sorry, sharp plus, 3 round plus. There's one that's blotted out. Sharp plus, 3 petaled flower, 4. Yeah, there's one that's scratched out. Feels like we're missing something. Yeah, it's this one. That's all I got, honestly. I don't know what the rest is. Are the symbols unique, I guess? So if it's unique, then it should be the round symbol. Yeah, it could be the round symbol and then the plus. Okay, let's try that. So hang on. It is this, 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 that. Let me reset first. This, this, this. No? Huh, interesting. Is it 6? Do I have to press... Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a 6 symbol. Just looking at this. Once blotted out. But do I have to repeat pressing one button? It's the... 4 sharp petals. Then 3... Oh, you know what? Let me check around this area too. Maybe there's more burnt stuff in the bins, if we can find one. We still have time. Okay. I think this is just empty, but figured I should check anyway. I know this is like an uninhabited part of the dorm. Figured I should check anyway, you know? That means this must be Mrs. Murphy's. Yep, this is Mrs. Murphy's. Office, Sarsha, letter. It's signed by Mr. Varley. Hang on. What was that? There's a lead. But I thought I searched everything in the manager's office. Could I be missing something? Yeah, I'm just gonna close it for now. Miss Murphy's shoes are so small that I think she may still be wearing a child's size. Ah, there it is. I knew it. See? So you have to press this symbol twice. I can see some symbols here, but most are smudged and incoherent. The little writing there is, it's hard to understand. I can only make out a few words. Baby, money, and what I think reads, remember. A rattle for an infant. I feel like... Why do I feel like Sarsha is a mother or Walter is her son? Feels like that's the kind of twist that we're supposed to be seeing. Walter Blake may actually be her son, and the real Walter probably died. That's what I think actually happened. Okay, so let's try this again. Sure, da 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 da. There we go. Perfect. I knew we just needed to solve it a little bit. Okay. Let's take the purse. The purse has ED monogrammed on it. There's quite a significant amount of money in here. What other secrets does this trunk hold?
A newspaper from back home. What is this doing all the way over here? It's dated the 5th of March, 1897. That's around the time of... I recognize that building. That fire.
That's the fire. That may be the fire that killed
It
Declan's
reported the
brother.
Sheriff Street fire. My last job as station officer. The tenements were overcrowded and under-maintained. The landlord, one Rupert Dean, was living in London and willfully ignorant of their status. Once
Rupert
the fire
Dean?
took, it spread rapidly.
Evelyn's dad?
Fire teams were deployed swiftly, but they could do little to fight back the flames. The fire was eventually stopped by the reliable Irish rain, but not before 23 lives were lost, including 2 firemen. Officer Ward, whose brother Eamon was one of the lost men, retired soon thereafter and turned his attentions to investigating living spaces for safety conditions.
I feel like that means
Challenged
Caitlin
many
Joyce knows who I
providers in
am.
the courts to improve conditions, including Rupert Dean, the owner of the initial tenement in which Eamon Ward died. That's me. Why does Mrs. Joyce have this? After leading a number of investigations on this front, he has gained a reputation as a working man's champion. Someone here was looking into me. But why? The missing money. Did someone on the staff hire me to find Miss Dean?
Well, that'd be myself.
Oh
Mr. Ward.
shit.
Mrs. Joyce?
I was starting to worry you wouldn't figure it out, Detective. Now come out of there, would you?
I mean, you could have been honest with me from the start.
You're the one who hired me.
I'm glad my faith in you wasn't misplaced, sir. This wretched seance was bound to get someone hurt sooner or later. Without the means to look into what happened to the girl myself, there's not much I can do. But it's not right, sir, for no one to do anything at all. I can't do much myself, you know, but I can get the staff to help you. They're a bit strange in their own ways, but none of them would do a thing like this. Come with me, sir. We'll talk to them.
Well, that was a twist. Because I thought she was more antagonistic towards me. I didn't realize she was actually supportive. Huh.
I knew he would find out. He's not just anybody, you know. They write about him in the papers.
Might have told us earlier you'd have someone poking around here.
Well, it's done now. And it's better that we have someone to look for the Dean girl. It's always been eerie.
At least the secret's out.
I don't like the idea someone lost about the place.
Quite right. Which is why I have us Mr. Ward here. Someone at this event must be responsible for whatever's happened to Miss Dean. So we'd all best be helpful to him.
Look, at the ball last night, another guess was taken. I gave chase through some catacombs, but I lost him in the hedge maze. Mr. O'Finn's kidnapper is likely the same person responsible for Miss Dean's disappearance. They must have a good knowledge of the house and its grounds. So who else other than yourselves would know the grounds that well?
There can't be many. Only the Marquess and the young master know the place. But the master likes to keep it to himself.
White.
We haven't seen him for a long
Oh no.
He doesn't leave his room. Not after the accident.
And there is nobody else.
Why are they all talking in unison? Synchronized? Are they... No. Are they not aware that they are speaking as one on this subject?
I see.
That is
Fact of
actually
the matter
creepy as
is,
shit.
Sir, and I won't say anything much about it, as I don't want to speak ill of the Marquess or the Master. But you ought to go and take a look around the private residence, considering it all. It'd be where I'd start. You won't be able to get in without the proper key, though. And the Marquess has the only copy. He intends to hand it to me before the silent dinner so I can bring the young master his meal. Once I've done that, I'll pass it to you. Go to the silent dinner at 8 p.m. That's where I'll
8
get
p.m.
it to you.
Okay.
You will need to act fast
Oh,
to be
shit.
there by the seance at 9.
They really want me to be on a time limit.
Thank you, Mrs. Joyce. I will.
Alright, wait, I can form a hypothesis on Mr. Doyle based on this fact? Interesting. What triggered that? Yeah, the staff is kind of creepy. Oh, this is just a shared collective with the basement. Okay, something strange has affected the staff, and they're now speaking in unison when asked about the Blake family.
It seems like the staff are in some kind of half-trance. They seem compos mentis until interrogated by the Blake family. At which time they have a shared, almost catatonic stock response. What does this episode teach me? Since the housekeeper hired me, that rules her out. Why bring in an investigator to stop your own scheme? Their speaking in unison means either all the staff are involved or none of them are. As if fake. They all had to be faking it. And so if she is ruled out, they all must be.
Yeah, that's my theory.
I have picked up... I wonder... And if not...
Alright. I have learned that Mrs. Joyce hired me and that the staff are not involved in Miss Dean's disappearance. Nice! Well, that solves that mystery about the basement. That means we gotta rule out the culprits. Which means we can rule out Mr. Hunter. Let's see who else we can rule out Mr. Doyle. We can rule out Mr. Varley. They're not staff. I think that's basically it. So that leaves Mr. Sinnott, Rory Callahan, I think. Yeah. Rory Callahan potentially can still be it. Anyway, so now Seamus's motivation as well. So we may be able to do a triple whammy here with Seamus and Dara. Seamus's Doyle's goal was to steal or save Aeon, but he forgot due to the Manor's effect, and now he wants to leave. Is it steal, save, hide, help? He definitely was here originally to save the Aeon. I know that for sure. I just don't know what it is, but he was to freeing hang on, let me yeah, as far as I know, he's trying to save the Aeon, so I don't think that's wrong. Seamus Doyle's goal was to save Aeon, but he forgot due to the Manor's effect, and now he wants to... Yeah, leave is... I mean, the rest of this is right, it's just the first two. It may just be the first one. Is it hide? Should be help or save. Help Father Sinnott. Yeah, okay. Father Sinnott's looking for the Aeon.
Doyle seems
There
to
you go.
have forgotten that he originally came here under Father Sinnott's command. I should find and confront him about this.
Yeah, so it's not the Aeon completely because the grammar doesn't make sense. Alright. I am more interested in Rory and Mr. Hunter's story though, so let's just confront him first. Confront. Your goal is to bind Miss Dean to protect Miss McLeod from harm.
that's about it. This whole event is bad news. And that Dean woman is worse. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Ivy, you know. A spell to keep her safe is nothing at all. And it's not like it'll do Miss Dean any harm. I've no interest in that. Not once Ivy is fine and well. But there's only so much I can do. If you're looking into everyone's business, look, you make sure Ivy is safe again and I'll break my charm. You have my word. Just make sure whatever effect is being put on Ivy is lifted, and I'll lift mine on Miss Dean. If Miss Dean has bound Ivy's vision in some way, then she'll have to have put the components for it somewhere. That's how binding works. Same as with my charm and the chimney. I took this key from her one day.
Oh, thank
She was
God.
out horse riding.
Because he's like my, so...
Looks like it belongs to the manor, but I don't recognize it. Might it unlock something in those catacombs you mentioned?
Fucking hell.
You'll have better luck than me, I'd wager.
So, for context, remember when I mentioned that Miss Dean has blackmailed Miss McLeod and Mrs. Lau? She hid it somewhere in the catacombs, but it's locked behind a gate. And I've been trying to find that key until Mr. Hunter here told me he stole it. So, actually, while I have all the staff here, I should check Seamus as well. So, that's all done.
Hello?
Your goal was to help Father Sinnott, but you forgot due to the manor's effect, and now you want to leave.
What? Oh, God. It's all coming back to me now. Oh, I do work for Sinnott. Or I did. I came and took the old porter's job when he was let go for misconduct. When was that? A year ago? I don't really know. The last few months are hazy. I was to map the grounds, find the Eon, and bring Sinnott here to free it from its prison. Things are foggy here. I forgot all this. I don't think it was the drink, drugs, or even Miss Dean that did that. I was using all that to cover up the confusion. Confusion caused by this place. This place was protecting itself from me. From Sinnott. Not sure why talking to you has brought it all back, but I'm glad that it has.
What now?
Yeah, what now? I don't care about that old life. Doesn't feel like mine anymore. But I don't want this life either. I was thinking of going away, but something's been stopping me. But not anymore. Now I can move on from all this. Once I get my pay for this weekend, I'm leaving to see the world. Shove that seance. I'm not going. And tell Father Sinnott that I'm sorry, but he's on his own.
Well, that resolved itself easily. Alright, cool. Mr. Doyle will no longer be attending the seance. Mr. Doyle has unburdened himself of his Gnostic history and duty and will leave after the seance to travel the world. Oh, that's done. I need to talk to Mr. Sinnott, but we'll just do things one step at a time. Next step is to go back to the catacombs at this point. Alright. Anyway, so we're going to go to the... Hang on, wasn't there something that I had to do in the manager's quarters, or was I good? I may have been good. Yeah, so that's Blake residence and Miss Dean's attendance. Oh yeah, right. Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked, so maybe that mystery solved itself. Having the mind map helps, but now I'm like second guessing like every single mystery that I'm missing. Alright, so now we are going to go to the ballroom, to the catacombs. Blake residence is probably like the last mystery that we're solving, so we're gonna try to whittle down every single suspect that we can now. And what if I can solve Miss Murphy's story as well, considering... yeah, cell 7, so it's at the end. According to Miss Lau's map, Miss Dean's material should be hidden at the far edge of this cell. There's nothing visible to the naked eye, at least. But maybe if I feel my way around the wall... Oh, there's a loose brick right there. How does she have a key to the catacombs anyway? Like, has she been here before? A loose brick, and there's something inside. This must be what Mrs. Lau is after. What a place to hide it. Let's give it a read then, shall we? Because that is one of our mysteries too. Are you not reading it? An envelope containing all the materials Miss Evelyn Dean gathered on Miss Ivy McLeod. I shan't be opening it. Alright. Fine. You do you. Fine, Declan. Be the gentleman. I guess hopefully like this also finishes that mystery. I need to find where they are. Because I don't think they're in the drawing room. Yeah, where are they actually? Could they be outside? Timetable. I'm looking for Ivy McLeod. Or Victoria Lau. Yeah, okay. We'll wander around to find them first. That's one of the downsides of guests without a timetable. Okay, they're in the stables, but perchance they could be on the outside in the walled garden area, so I gotta go through the ballroom again, potentially. Oh, Gar, you mentioned people from Ether being annoying earlier. What was that all about? DF or Party Finder? If you're still here. I should check the library anyway, actually, frick. Like, I see Father Synod in there, but I don't think I've been in there yet, so. And I know they usually hang out in there, too. Nope, they're not in here. Okay. Bar's definitely still closed, so... But there's an area behind it that we haven't seen yet. Yeah, I can't be bothered to find them. I'll wait till the next hour. We'll just do Father Synod's story first. I've spoken with Mr. Doyle. Oh? I know you two are working on something here at the manor, but he has decided to remove himself from the task. Playing a non-RPG... I've been playing this game for a couple of days now, Gershom. Come on, man. To be fair, I play whatever people want me to play, man. So if you have like any recommendations for me, just hit me up. He asked me to pass this message on to you. I see. I suspected as much. I knew him, you know. I married his parents and baptized him as a baby.
He was a good boy. A devout boy. I asked him to help with some church business, but I did not know what this place would do to him. He is changed. Lost. I see that now and accept I did that to him by sending him here. I understand and respect his need to be free. Hopefully he will return in time on his own terms.
And your task?
I will try to carry on alone, I suppose. Humanity will not save itself, and Jesus had no company up on his cross. We shall see.
Alright. But yeah, Gershom, I have a personal Discord now, so for streaming. So if you have any games, just hit me up over there, because I think there's a channel specifically for gaming. Father Sinnott's goal is to save Aeon by save his faith. No, it saves something. To be fair, FF10's been pretty fun, but I've been alternating FF10 in this game. Sans at Blake Manor, so it's been pretty nice. To save. Oh, humanity. There we go.
Father Sinnott believes he can save humanity here. I should find and confront him about this.
That being said, I do like story-based games, including this one, so... Your goal is to save humanity by freeing an Aeon from the Black Iron Prison.
If you have worked all that out, then you understand, yes?
I believe I do.
You know what lies deep beneath this complex, and what needs to be done. Good, good. For the mind is willing, but the body is weak. I was unsure I could do this alone, but no, we cannot discuss this here. Come to my room.
Alright. It's creepy.
I have no idea how an Aeon came to be trapped under this complex, but nothing else explains all the strange behavior here. Ghosts? What are ghosts? A breaking of the fundamental rules of
Let me
the
hide my
universe.
face.
Time marches on, entropy moves forward, life becomes death. But here, it is riddled with ghosts and other aberrations. Why? Because the Aeon's presence warps reality around it. Think, child, it is a being of pure creation, absolute power. Why then can't it leave? Why indeed? It must be trapped. Trapped like us in the Black Iron Prison. Perhaps by the Demiurge itself. Whatever the reason, we must free it. And I know how. Many good believers died to help me bring this magic up from the cold, dark depths of the Eiseressenwelt caverns.
Say that again. Eiseressenwelt?
The night I read about the caverns' discovery, caverns of ice found so out of place in Austria, I had a fever dream. Miles inside its interior, I saw an altar of ice. The answer, I knew, was there. We left at once, but it took months of digging, climbing, and searching to find the frozen shrine, buried far beyond what von Postlett-Zorich had discovered of the caves. It was not so grand now, having melted after who knows how long, but there I found it. Behold!
What the frick?
The Aeon killing sigil!
Yeah, I'm gobsmacked by you too, by that too.
Worry not, child. I see the look in your eye, the fear of killing such a being. But you can only kill its mortal shell, that which is used to anchor it to this place. In truth, all you will do is set it free. And once freed, it will return to Monad and tell them of this place, this realm of rotten debauchery. Once the true God knows of us and our plight in this prison, and of our dedication and kindness in freeing its Aeon, it will come. It will save us, and we will be free.
I'll explain shortly, Gershom.
Why are you telling me this? Showing me this?
I am not sure I have much left in me. At all. And now, Seamus is gone. You know of the Aeon, the prison, our condemnation here. And now you have the sigil. Perhaps you can succeed where Seamus and I have failed. Go, child. Find the Aeon and free it. Free us all. Now, if you could excuse me. I'm so tired. I do not think I have this evening's seance in me.
Father Sinnott will no longer be attending the seance. Father Sinnott has passed the Aeon killing sigil and all that it represents onto me. Huh, I didn't realize this would finish as a mystery too. I actually thought I had to find the Aeon as well. A quick summary of this game. We essentially came in here to find a missing person to this hotel. The word can certainly be a callous place, but prison is a bit of a stretch. That sigil, though. Father Sinnott seems convinced it was designed to kill an Aeon, yet it looks so similar to those I found throughout this house. I assume these sigils are some form of Irish pagan magic, but then how did this one end up in Austria for Father Sinnott to find? Alright, so, yeah, to continue what I was saying, originally we were supposed to be here to find a lady, but it turns out this hotel has a lot more mysteries involved with it. The reason why this woman is here in the first place is because there is apparently a seance. Can I go all the way down? Yeah. There is a seance, a grand seance that is going to happen tonight, actually, day 3. That grand seance will, has a lot of people buzzing. And by a lot of people, I mean like legitimately every single guest here. We're trying to figure out who kidnapped Miss Dean. So we're trying, while also uncovering the main reasons why everybody's attending the seance and preventing them from going into the seance. In the main lobby of the hotel, there is an interesting machine that every time we dissuade somebody from not going to the seance, the machine's meter goes down. So what it feels like, the point of the game is, we are supposed to solve everybody's character stories, which is a little bit like Phoenix Wright / Danganronpa, which is why we confronted the priest just now. Everybody has their own character stories. We have to investigate, like enter their rooms, we have to talk to them, find like the motivations of why they're doing what they're doing, and why they're entering the seance, and somehow dissuade them from going there. The person who actually invited the seance, what's her word? The person who conducts the seance conductor, is the owner of the hotel, because he wants to meet his dead wife again. Anyway, that's roughly it. There's a couple of character stories that I've been doing. Speaking of which, I should try harder, I guess. I should go to the Walled Garden again and see. But yeah, the game follows an investigative time loop. Not a loop. You basically have to conserve your time, because each action you do, most actions you do will consume a minute or more. So you have to like ration your time while dissuading everybody to not go to the seance. Hopefully that answers that's a rough explanation, I think. Okay. There's somebody there. That's Miss Montavani. Okay, I am looking for Victoria and Ivy though. So if they're not here, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely pretty deep. Like I think this is like my 3rd or 4th play session here, so my VODs are all there. But yeah, people who may have been watching like Garu and Panda, they could probably tell you all about like how interesting the story is. I think I am close to finishing though, because again, the seance is supposed to be held at like what timetable? It is supposed to be set at 9. So we have a couple of stuff planned. Essentially, by all the investigation we've done, let me close my camera. We've discovered facts about the culprit, and as we discover what each person is here for, we can eliminate them from our list of suspects, which is what we're doing right now, essentially. The problem is I'm trying to, yeah, so these three are sort of have an interconnected story, but the problem is there's still a couple of people that I still have to rule out or continue to investigate. My money is on being this guy, Simon Coventry, because we asked him about his wife and he mentioned 2 different names in terms of the culprit. So he's definitely the most sus out of everybody here. But yeah, I don't know if we need to do anything about Father Sinnott. Anyway, these are all the potential culprits, but we also have several like overarching mysteries of the story that we need to do. Unfortunately, this Blake residence thing, we can't actually do anything until we go to the silent dinner itself, which is at 8 p.m. And it's still 3 p.m. right now, so we're still waiting. I am trying to find couple of people, but I'm gonna see if I can solve another person's mystery. So right now there are no romance options, man. This ain't that kind of game. Right now, essentially what it feels like for this lady. So this is Saoirse Murphy. She has 16 evidence pieces. Damn. So she has been asking Miss Evelyn Dean, the missing person, to learn magic, and we're trying to find out why she wants to do it. It turns out that potentially she has a baby that may have died. She has a baby that may have died that she's trying to like communicate with, is my guess now. My original guess for this chick is that Walter Blake is her real child, but now I'm more convinced that she is trying to find the kid, or trying to summon her kid. No, I mean we can always just solve it. I just need to ask Saoirse because she's right here. We can't solve. That's the other thing with the time management aspect. Sometimes some people will not be available in certain hour-long spans. People will be in a room for a specific hour unless like there's some story shenanigans, but besides that, yeah, after like it hits like the next hour is in 4 p.m. in 10 minutes, they'll move somewhere and we may not be able to speak with them because we technically can only speak with them in the open area. Anyway, yeah, we'll try to see if we can goad thought a hypothesis out of her. Please forgive me for prying, but it seems as though you're trying to speak with Father Sinnott. Was there something you'd hope to ask him? Nothing that wouldn't be better left unasked, sir. Uh-huh. I found a note lying about the hallways, miss, but I couldn't make out all the words. It looks like someone was hoping to ask Father Sinnott for help. Oh, just rubbish, sir. I'll dispose of it. Where'd you say it was? Such a stupid idea. Huh. I had a feeling that it was her, because she can barely write. Alright, so let's see. Saoirse Murphy's goal is to talk with Father Sinnott to learn about her child now that Miss Dean can't help. Yep, I had a feeling.
Miss Murphy is looking for a means to learn her child is okay.
Oh, I thought the kid died.
Miss Dean
Never
was
mind.
teaching her magic to that end. But now that she is missing, Miss Murphy is turning to the priest for help. I should find and confront her about this.
Yeah, the other thing about this timetable is that there are certain events that you can't do. There are certain events you can't do until certain specific time passes. Like, we only had access to the hotel's basement recently, and that's how we are able to like discover what the plots are about all the hotel staff, like what their character stories are. Your goal is to talk with Father Sinnott to learn about your child now that Miss Dean can't help.
But how did you... Oh, Lord. You know about my little girl. You know I was learning magic so I could see her. Oh, Mrs. Joyce was right, wasn't she? Oh, when she found out, she...
Miss, it's all right. You're not in any trouble. Not at all. Miss Dean was teaching you, wasn't she?
I thought we were doing so well. And then she just left. I can't do anything without her. With her gone, I thought Father Sinnott might know something about my daughter. Or he might know someone who does, but I can't ask. I've tried. I can't make myself do it. I can't say the words. What if he says no? I don't know what I'd do then. I just want to know she's all right.
If you'd like, I can ask him for you.
You would do that? You have no idea what that would mean to me.
I can certainly see about it, miss.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Here, in case this helps, a picture of my girl. Thank you. Please, don't lose it, sir. It's all I really have of her.
I won't. I promise.
Okay, time to go to Father Sinnott. I think he should have moved back to the library by now. Nope, he's not in the library. Okay, so where is this guy? Is he still in his room? Yeah, he is. Okay. Father Sinnott, I got some stuff to talk to you about. Yeah, I think this is the right room. Yeah, it should be this one, because he has the biggest room. Best to leave him to rest. God. We have to wait till the next hour passes, I guess. Okay, fine. Time is running low. Time is running out, though, because we only have like 4 or so hours. That being said, we have everybody else's mystery solved, kind of. We're trying to find Domolo Finn, but he's kind of missing at the moment. Because I can't really confront him right now because he's not really here. Yeah, let's pass the time. Screw it. Let me just save too. Oh, right, the bar is open. Alright. Anyway, a couple of things I want to do this hour is finally solve Ivy's condition, potentially. Ivy and Victoria's story, finish that. Talk to Father Sinnott. And to finish Miss Murphy's story. Ah, here we go. Father Sinnott's back here. Cool. Oh, Father.
Yes.
Father, I was wondering if I might ask something of you. I couldn't tell you without knowing what it is you've asked of me. The cook, Miss Murphy, has a little girl who was taken into custody by a Magdalene Laundry shortly after her birth. She is anxious for news of her. I said I would ask on her behalf. There is so much suffering in this life, is there not? Why is it that God allows a child to be taken from her mother? Is that bond not God's plan? Is it not sacred? What agents of the divine are we, so we would do something so vile? Are we agents of the divine at all? What you ask is outside of my power of influence. At least as you would ask it. I would end her suffering, all suffering, in my own way. But that is of no use to her here, now. No, I'm sorry to say that she will not see the child again by conventional means, Mr. Ward. But we are surrounded by unconventional people, are we not? Maybe one of them has a way to see what cannot normally be seen. Now go with God and help that poor girl.
Well, scrying. Okay, so I can talk to Fiat or Carmela Mantovani, but Fiat is good at well scrying. So I might as well ask for Fiat. The bar's over here, so we may have some people here that we already know. Or not. Bar's empty. It's staff only. Locked. Yeah, I guess we need to find where the where everybody is at the moment. We need to find Fiat. And we need to see if we can find Miss Ivy Lau as well. Yeah, Ivy's schedule is completely empty. Thank you, guys. Now I need to do Fiat Callahan. She was crying at the hedge maze earlier. Hedge maze, you say? Hopefully the timetable gives me enough time to catch everybody, because I'm very close to getting everything done. Ah, here we go. Perfect.
So, if I might ask, do you ladies find yourselves at events like this often?
Quite often. I've attended more than my fair share. Mostly in London, but not always.
But an entire week, with the ultimate goal of some grand ritual. Ah, nothing like this has ever been done before.
It seems more the venture of one of the secret societies than that of a seer.
That's true. I think that's why we found it so enticing.
Then you're not of a society yourselves?
No. I have a gift. And I enjoy the company of those who would believe it. And Victoria and her infinite patience is here at my behest.
It's not patience. After all, this has been a more interesting week than I would be having otherwise.
Alright, guys. Here you go, Victoria.
Hello.
The blackmail letter.
I've managed to gain access to the room in the catacombs, as you requested. I found this stashed away there.
Oh, my goodness. You actually did it? I'm very grateful, Mr. Ward. We must tell Ivy right
There we go.
away.
We can finally finish the
Mr.
story.
Hunter too. He's been very concerned about Ivy. I suppose I'll have to come clean to her too. I hope she understands why I did what I did.
Yeah, you're on your own about that. Do I have to hide my face again? Yeah, let me hide my face again.
All that trouble. I suppose she really did not imagine we'd ever just get our hands on everything to be able to just burn it away. But that's all of it, isn't it? There's nothing else.
That's everything.
Oh, I could cry.
No need for that now, lass. You're alright. Oh, but you do like to make me worry, don't you?
I'm just making sure you haven't lost your touch. Oh, but Dara, I'm sorry.
Sorry? You haven't a thing to be sorry about. But let's keep you two out of any more trouble, eh? While that sight of yours is coming back, love, both of you keep these with you. They'll keep you safe during that seance. I have a bad feeling about that one.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. You're very good to us.
And there's not much I wouldn't do for Ivy, Mrs. Lau. And now she's a grown woman. I trust her to know what's best for her. So you'd best not prove her wrong in that. You understand?
Dara!
Of course, Mr. Hunter. And Mr. Ward, too. You really do both have my thanks. One day, I hope to repay you.
Oh, certainly. If there's anything you ever need.
But, Ivy, I do have to talk to you. I need to apologize. You should know everything.
Yeah. That conversation may not be for us to hear, but we'll see. Oh.
I'd better get back to my duties. I'll leave you be.
Yes, I think myself and Victoria have a lot to discuss now. Thank you both for your help.
Alright. Miss McLeod will attend the seance, but under the protection of Mr. Hunter's ward. Having dispensed of the blackmail material gathered by Miss Dean, she is now free to live in peace with Mrs. Lau. Mrs. Lau will attend the seance, but she will be protected by Mr. Hunter's ward. Having destroyed the blackmail material... Yep, same thing. Mr. Hunter will attend the seance, but under the protection of a charm he made. Mr. Hunter has done all he can to protect Miss McLeod from the whims of Miss Dean. That's 3, so this should go down by a lot. Nice. Just a couple of people to go. Yeah, I do want to talk to Fiat, but where is Fiat? She could possibly be in the drawing room, because that room should still be open. Bar's empty right now. Other than that, I do want to see if I can solve... I can also reflect on everybody else's story, but I do want to solve one more person, I guess, because Domalo Finn is technically missing right now, but feels like there's something that we should be able to solve right off the bat. I don't know what it is we need to solve, but I feel like we should be able to solve it. But since there isn't any obvious leads, I'll leave that till later. It feels like his story may either end whenever we see him again, wherever he's being kidnapped, or now, essentially. I'm not sure which. Nope, Miss Fiat's not here. Don't need to talk to those two. Yeah, I just need to find Fiat, because, bar's empty. Yeah, I'll go check outside. Maybe she's in the hedge maze or something. That way I can help, Miss Saoirse. Alright, the churchyard is also a new option, so, but I don't think Fiat is actually she may wear a Catholic cross, but it's more of a Celtic cross, so I don't think she's actually that much of a religious person. Let's check, because the problem with this game is also you have to search around for people's timetables. Cool, Fiat's right there. So you people without timetables that you aren't sure where they are, you have to like go searching for them around the hotel, like what we're doing right now.
Ah, Declan.
Do you think you'd be able to lead Miss Murphy in well scrying? It would do her good to see her daughter. But the Magdalen Laundry that took her child, they won't share any information.
I can think of no better cause. You tell Miss Murphy I'm ready whenever she is, and to meet me at the well.
Oh, here we go.
There you are. Come here now. Have you done this before, Alanav? No, miss. I've never... I didn't know it would really work. Does it? It most certainly does. Come here and stand beside me. You'll want to look into the well and try and get your thoughts calm. Take all the time you need. Deep breaths. There. Now, I want you to think about your daughter. Do your best to picture her in your mind. Look at that. There you go. That's her? She has your eyes, does she not? She looks all right. She looks well. Oh, I was so worried. I hope you'll get to see her again someday. But until then, I can show you how to do this for yourself too, you know. You... Really? I've no words. That'd be... Thank you. So much. It's no trouble at all, sweetheart.
To love that child so much, she'd scarcely met her before they were separated in God's name. Did the Lord not die for our sins?
It doesn't ease the hurt in my heart to see her, but it does with the guilt. I didn't know how heavy that was sitting on my soul. Now that I know she's okay, I think I can rest.
Why don't you take some time, Miss Murphy, and rest? I think we can handle the seance without you.
If you're sure, sir. I do feel weary from all this.
It's nice that she's able to see her child again. Miss Murphy will no longer be attending the seance. Miss Murphy was able to use well scrying to see her child and will continue her studies in magic under Miss Callahan. Okay, so it should be one more. Wonder if I've gathered enough facts to eliminate any suspects. Why do you keep saying that? It feels like I'm missing something. I mean, it's probably Sinnott, because maybe he's not here. The age, I guess, of the... Yeah, maybe the age is what matters, because I'm gonna leave that off for now. Okay, so, other mysteries that we need to do. Miss Dean's attendance. Okay. Wait, that wasn't it? That ties somewhere else? Hang on. I found some evidence likely stashed by Miss Dean that indicate her reason for being here. She must not have wanted others to find them. I should search Blake Manor for whatever else she may have hidden away in secret. I thought the blackmail envelope was legitimately the hidden notes. Is this something else? To Miss Evelyn Dean, we have never met, but I know who you are, what you are. Why does magic come so easily to you, yet you struggle to reach your full potential? I know you've been asking this for a long time, and I have the answers. Like... now I am confused. Yeah, because that doesn't actually say stuff. Okay, shit. Okay. Well, that's like the one thing. That and Damal is this kind of stuff that we have to discover right now. Because obviously it wasn't the blackmail letter, so we're fucked on that front. Alright. We have some time, so hopefully this isn't on a wild goose chase. I was just gonna skip to 8 PM, but I do want to see if I can solve Dom Finn's and Miss Evelyn Dean's story by then. Because the way that Declan keeps mentioning that there's something that I can solve, it's kind of sus to me. I feel like I'm missing something, but I shouldn't be. Oh yeah, that sound of dread. Appreciate it. Okay, Miss Dean is in this room. I want to check her room again. I'm gonna go double check everything again with a fine-tooth comb. Wait. Really? How did I miss this? There's a loose floorboard here. Is there something underneath it? Thanks, Panda. We'll see what we can do. Have a good night, man. There's a loose floor. How did I miss this? Is it because I didn't turn on detective vision? God fucking damn it. Is there something underneath it? It's a note. Start in the garden. Walk east to the junction, then north for 3. Turn west and walk for 2 junctions, then south for 1. It is kept behind the cornerstone, which is seen when you face the stairs. There's something else too. A piece of paper stained with what exactly? God damn it. All I had to do was hold detective vision. God damn it. Alright. That means I could have solved this mystery significantly earlier. Cool. See you later, Panda. Have a good one. Oh, this one's tricky. Oh, this one's tricky. Okay. Oh, yeah, we got this, we got this. There we go. Aren't these Miss Dean's private notes? What did she want to hide so dearly? It's apparent I was right. I had little doubt, of course, but the jump from instinct to confirmation has been beyond imagining. I am the descendant of a Milesian ruler, one among three. My power is not imagined nor subjective. It is written in the authority of blood. Those curling waves emblemize my blood. Power is for the deserving, it's said. I thought it ominous at first, even a trap, but it's clear I was paranoid. Perhaps it is simply the truth. That symbol. She said it represents her bloodline. Then why do I recognize it from the sack in Mr. O'Finn's room? Oh, it's related? Is it possible that they share the same powerful Milesian ancestors? Huh. Well, that's that. Yeah, because it's same. I was wondering about that. Did not realize that the symbol in the sacks actually meant anything. Domhnall O'Finn's goal. He's definitely trying to protect the land, as it is his ancient duty as a descendant of the Milesian rulers. Okay, cool. I guess that's that.
Mr. O'Finn is of an ancient bloodline of Milesian sorceress, as is Miss Dean. Is that why they've gone missing? There are 3 such bloodlines.
So it's because they're Milesian?
Is there a descendant of that 3rd line? If so, then who? And were they brought here? Then taken because of their ancestral relationship with the Tuatha Dé Danann and Guivnu.
I do not yet know his final fate. Mr. O'Finn is of the same bloodline as Miss Dean. This is why he too has been taken. Huh. Well, that's completely down. Interesting. What now? That's all the lights out. What does that mean for the seance, I wonder? I'm guessing by solving this mystery, we've somehow protected him. Alright, so I guess since we're done with Domhnall, we gotta continue with this one. I wasn't aware that there was an actual treasure map, so that is news to me. Oh, some more locket stuff. Inside the locket I found a small vial of what can only be blood, which is what I found in the locket. The locket is initialed ED. Okay, here's a hint for us to do, thankfully. Start in the garden in autumn. Walk east to the junction, then north for 3. Hang on. Let's go back to the garden. Garden in autumn. That's probably the statue, because I remember like there were like multiple statues in the garden that each symbolizes a season, because we did discover that earlier. Alright, which one's the autumn one? Okay, here we go. This is autumn. So, okay. Autumn. So, let's take a... I'm gonna screenshot this, actually. Because it's definitely annoying if I have to open this every time. Start in the garden autumn. Walk east to the junction. This is east, right? Yeah. Then north for 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn west and walk for 2 junctions. 1, 2. And it should be here. It is kept behind the cornerstone, which is seen when you face the stairs. Stairs is that way. Aha!
This is where the note from Miss Dean's room leads me. If I look in here, then... Ah! Found it. A strange book. It feels as though it's staring right through me.
Oscail, this sigil fills me with dread, but then it's overpowered by a sense of ambition. Are these emotions my own, or do they belong to someone else? Despite the modern-looking cover, the pages are old and rough. While they are dry, they smell of peat and moss. I'm not sure what this was written with, but I have a fear it was not ink. Dune. This sigil fills me with a deep sense of sadness and the fear of being trapped. Are these emotions my own, or do they belong to someone else? I can make out some Irish letters, but others aren't familiar to me. Somebody has translated the sigils. Miss Dean, perhaps? The first one means to open, and the second means to close. Also written here is Scail. Release, but I see nothing of that name in these pages. Why on earth did she have this? Those symbols certainly seem like the ones I've been using, but what is their purpose? Miss Dean attended because an invite promised information about her power from Legion ancestors. Yep, okay, cool.
Someone invited Miss Dean to the manor. Someone who knew about her Milesian lineage. They also seem to believe that she is a wellspring of magical potential. I've known people who are happy to exploit the skills of others. Did Miss Dean's mysterious correspondent really help her from the goodness of their heart? Or rather, what were they getting out of it for themselves? Can I learn anything about the culprit from this?
They know Miss
That
Dean.
seems unlikely. Their entire message is built on intrigue and trust. If she met them, and it was somebody she knew, it could be enough to chase her away.
Then
this is possible.
Okay.
But there is no way I can tell that from this letter.
They must be the organizer then, no?
I don't know. The invite is bespoke, and that may be on purpose, but it
Oh.
also may suggest the inviter was just another guest, using the event to cover their true intentions.
Then it has to be
This is
too.
likely true. They admit they are a stranger, and that is certainly true. Their entire message is built on intrigue and trust. If she met them, and it was somebody she knew, it could be enough to chase her away. Given that, I am looking for somebody with no prior history with Miss Dean. I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate, and if...
Miss Dean's attendance. She was invited on the promise of knowledge and power. Okay. So we'll see. They have no pre-manor history with Miss Dean. Well, that guy has no history. Knew Dean before she arrived at the manor, so it's not Nururi. I mean, at this point, it's legitimately Father Sinnott or Mr. Coventry, and we really, at this point, it's relatively obvious that it should be him. It can't be the kid, obviously. It's legitimately just only these two. I'm thinking that I can't resolve Jonathan Blake's story and Walter Blake's. Is there anything I can do with Mr. Coventry? I guess I can always try to see what he can. Yeah, I can see what he says about stuff. Hello, Mr. Coventry.
Mr. Ward.
Your wife, would you have a picture I could see? Ah, those are in my room. I'll remember to take one when I'm next there, to show you later on. This is a fine location, is it not? I only wish I knew how to capture it. Do you paint, sir? In fact, I do. It keeps my hands steady, which is useful for work. Have you painted much while here? Not as much as I hoped. There is so much happening that I'm not left with the energy.
What have you painted? A landscape? Ah, I couldn't say, sir. It is work that was done in confidence. Oh, a commission? Something of the sort, but I couldn't say more. It wouldn't be gentlemanly. The young master, Walter Blake. Do you know much of the lad? Well, not a whole lot. He was in a carriage accident some years back, the one his mother died in. I gather it left the boy scarred both mentally and physically. He doesn't come out when the hotel has guests. I relate to him, in a way. I lost my mother when I was young too, so at least he's not entirely alone. One couldn't be too lonely, I suppose, in a large house surrounded by staff. I need to talk to Master Blake, okay. I find I just cannot sleep well here. I hope you're faring better. Ah, well, I have pills that help with that sort of thing. I'd wager I could fall asleep on a battlefield once I've taken them. Nothing, not even dreams get through. Or at least I certainly don't recall anything in the mornings. I already talked about the mementos. Anything planned for today? I hope to make the doctor's talk at 3 p.m. and of course I am giving away my own talk at 5 p.m. History of the region. And I am interested in attending the silent dinner at 8 p.m. Do you happen to know anything about the Fae? Ah, perhaps we'd best not talk about them, for the sake of the superstitious guests, I mean. I don't want to upset anyone. What did you think of the masked ball? I've never been to anything like it. When you get to my age, you think you've seen everything. Evidently, I was wrong. I saw a great many things. I had conversations with all manner of near-human beings. It should have been terrifying, but it was also exhilarating. I am left entirely drained by it today, though. I've heard talk that this manor is haunted. Have you seen anything of the type? Ah, well, I wouldn't like to call it haunting until I'm absolutely certain, but sometimes I hear people talking before I walk into my room. There's no one there, of course, and it seems to be the same conversation each time. I can't make any of it out, really. Probably just old pipes. The device in the atrium is a strange one, no? Everything here is strange to me, but yes, that one really stood out. I'm told it measures our readiness for the seance. How, I do not know. But now it is decreasing. I hope that isn't anything to worry about. Do you happen to be visiting, or are you here for the grand seance? While it's a beautiful place, I am not visiting just for the scenery, which is probably for the best, considering this weather. No, if this seance will really lower the veil as they say it will, there is someone on the other side I should like to speak with just once more. I see. God, what I would give to hear my Lillian again. What I have given. This may sound odd, but have you seen a woman washing clothes on the grounds? You mean the housekeeper? Mrs. Joyce? I assume she does all that work in the basement. Certainly, I've seen none of it anywhere else.
Good day, sir. And to you?
He really doesn't give away anything. I need to talk to Master Blake, but obviously I can't until I have access to the manor. God damn it. Is that really it? Like, am I out of stuff to talk about? Feels like I'm done with everything. Best I can do is talk to everybody about their resolutions, but that's plenty of time, actually. I was worried that there was a bigger time crunch. Protect the well. The waters that spring forth from this well protect the area. I should examine the oh, here we go. There's something that I can do. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, though. I'll be right back. Alright. I guess this is something we can do right now while waiting. Protecting the well. Yeah. Show Mr. Toussaint's notes. No, we've already done that, I think. Yeah, this one is still like lit up, so I have a feeling that there's something I can do with that. Yeah, there's a couple that's still lit up. But that being said, this is also lit up, so I'm kind of confused if there is something I can do with that. I'll check the well out after this, just to see. That being said, I think we talked about this too, but it's not written down here, so maybe it's nothing. Yeah, I just want to make sure that every map is covered. Yeah, I do want to talk about everybody's reflections though, like see what's next for them. Alright, I guess that's what we'll do. Miss Murphy, Mrs. Lau, Mrs. McLeod, Mr. Hunter, Mr. Doyle, Father Sinnott, Mr. Varley, Mr. Dupree, Mrs. Joyce, Miss Hisham, and all these people that we solved the last time. Okay, that's a lot of reflections. But I guess we could very well do it. Oh, I already talked about this with Miss Mataban. I think I've talked about this with everybody. It's just the stuff after this, starting from with Miss Hisham. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna save. I'm just gonna save right here before I fast forward time, just in case there's anything that we're missing. But I am curious about the silent dinner, and I guess we will attend the talk as well. That's pretty good. We're almost done, I think. It feels like.
Okay, Father. My mission is not complete, but my part in it is over. What happens next is up to you. As for me, I have spent much of my life fighting the Demiurge's illusions. Whatever comes after this, trick or not, I intend to let myself enjoy it while I can.
I'll take my leave, Father.
Go with God, my child.
How are you feeling now?
I feel like myself again. Like when a cold has passed by. I am restored. But Sophis, what magic was that? How does something like that work? What did Wilhelmina get up to when she left here? Was it Nectar Nebo who had taken a hold of her body at the time? Or some Gin? And what damage have they done? I feel like these things may become my next obsession.
I'll leave you.
May Allah...
Curious people like her will always be like that, I think so. Is there anything that's new here? I think that's everything. So probably not. The gauge is empty and all lights are off. Perfect. Oh, I can talk to him. We can talk about stuff, honestly. Sure. Your son, Walter, he keeps to himself? He is not best suited to life in a hotel, but our private residence is large enough that he is never forced to face that reality. Would he have been different had the accident had not happened? His mother was certainly more social than I. Perhaps he would have learned some of that from her. It must be difficult, your son's injuries. I am not sure which is worse, Mary's death or his injuries. To know so much of his life has been taken from him. He'll never ride a horse, nor dance with the woman he loves. Will he find love? Will it matter if he does? Or does the Blake line end with him? I would give anything, do anything, take any risk to undo what has been done to him, if that were an option. You look to be carrying the world upon your shoulders, Marcus. These last years have not been easy, but that will all be in the past soon. A new day, a new chapter, is only hours away. Might I ask what actually caused the carriage accident? I suppose you might. It happened 3 years ago. Mary had taken the boy to Gulford for a treat to see the boats. I suspect there was no reason for it other than her good heart. A storm came in that day, quickly. The driver suggested they return to the manor before it became too severe. But they left it too late. The roads were muddy, the wind strong. A tree fell, and in his efforts to avoid it, the driver lost control of the carriage. It tumbled, and Mary was... well, she was gone. The driver, bless him, managed to pull Walter out and carried him back to the manor. The driver succumbed to his own injuries a few hours later, bleeding out. No doctor could get in there and get here in time to save him. That this happened on October 31st is an irony not lost on me, though it is entirely coincidental. I wasn't aware that it's the same day, too. Did you know that Mr. Coventry has left all his earthly possessions to Walter in his will? Has he? How unusual. I suppose he has no children of his own. He must have taken a shine to the boy. Still... Do you know him? You seem worried. Is everything alright? Do I now? I suppose it is fair to say that I have a lot riding on this event. Once it is done, it will be nice to return to the way things were and relax for a spell. It must be great privilege to be the Marquis of Dune. It is, but I cannot lie. The title means less nowadays. The family is smaller, the holding smaller still. It is my hope that turning the manor into a hotel and hosting this event will play their parts in reinvigorating the role before I pass it on to Walter. An event like this must be a real boost for the hotel's income? One hopes. But this is about more than profit, Mr. Ward. Money unrecovered is still money well spent. Okay, he's not worried about the hotel closing down, looks like. Keeping an eye on the time, Marcus. The seance has been in planning for some time now. As we near the seance itself, it feels as if time is slowing. I am most eager to get to it. Nothing I really want to ask him otherwise. But I was mostly trying to ask him about Walter, because we can't exactly talk to him until we investigate the manor, the residence.
Hello again.
That's reflection.
Is she really laid to rest?
She is. Thanks be to Maman. And thanks to you and Mrs. Joyce, of course.
And that means... you will not see her again?
Not in this life, no. Why are you asking?
My brother. He is dead. Since coming here, I've learned he's still with me.
Unfinished business of his own, perhaps.
But how do I find out what it is and free him? Before he becomes trapped like your Laura.
That I do not know, Mr. Ward. But if Laura found a way to get you to free her, I'm sure your brother can too. Not at all, Mr.
Yeah, that is a little bit disconcerting. Okay, so... yeah, the hotel staff... we talked to Father Sinnott. We can talk to Mr. Doyle. I do want to get everybody's reflections out of the way, for sure.
How are you feeling now?
You know, something came over me when you threw that torch, sir. In that moment, I just knew that being there with you and Mr. Dupre, helping that poor girl, was the right thing, the godly thing to do. All this magic, these strange faiths and secret societies, it's all still very new to me. I don't think I'll ever come around to accepting it all, but I can see now that it's not all wicked. Some are just another way of looking at the world. I don't understand or trust this magic, but my cousin in Dublin talks the same way about electricity. And I know that's just our world changing, and people with more schooling than I can make better sense of it all. So if magic is just another part of nature, then God must have put it there, and I won't be scared of anything the good Lord provides us.
At least you're more open-minded about it.
Do you think you'll meet Miss Callahan to Scry again?
Yes, definitely. She even said she'd be willing to keep teaching me what she knows. I'm so filled with thanks. I could see my little one anytime I'd like. And with magic, I might finally have some say in my own life now, sir. You arranged it all, didn't you? Thank you. You didn't have to.
No, don't mention it, miss. I'm glad I could help.
I'm just so glad to see my little girl again.
Yeah, we solved everybody's stories, looks like, so that's great. Just enjoying the last fruits of our efforts before we finally lock in with the main story for sure. That being said, I am not too worried if I can't talk to Miss McLeod and the like. I think we'll just call it here, or at least for the talking, I mean. And we'll just move the time forward. If I miss anything, at least I made a manual save, so I can always go back to it. We'll go to that talk, and then we'll probably fast forward time again. Until potentially the end game. We'll see. And then I can finally get cracking on what Aaron wants me to play, which is Sonic Frontiers, most likely.
Well, this is quite the turnout. Even the Marquess himself has come. Well, I hadn't expected anyone to take much interest in the area. I suppose I should start by introducing myself. My name is Simon Coventry. I'm going to share some interesting facts about this part of Ireland that I picked up while researching for this trip.
Sure.
So, I'm sure
this is the last
you
talk
know
after all.
This land came into the Blake family in the 1650s after Cromwell's invasion. What I found interesting was what came before. This land was a place of worship and innovation. A gathering spot for scholars and engineers and artists to work on understanding and advancement, the betterment of their people. Easy pickings for Edward Blake. No doubt he and Cromwell cared very little for any knowledge held by primitive pagans. I couldn't find anything that spoke to what happened at the work from that site. Presumably, it was set ablaze. One has to assume not everyone was put to death by Cromwell's forces. However, I suspect many surrounding families have stories and knowledge passed down from that time, and those people. Why, given his background, perhaps our very own Dr. Callahan is linked to that place.
You flatter me, sir.
Perhaps those survivors are the reason that Connacht is home to all manner of wonderful myths and sacred sites. Rachroin and Owenaga Cave, Queen Maeve and her cattle raids, the Children of Lear. All fascinating stories, but too long to get into here. Certainly worth a read in the very well stocked library here, if you find yourself bored. Not that I can see that happening with the seance only hours away.
Does anything of the pre-Christian site still exist?
Oh, I don't think so, I'm afraid. From what I can gather, it was all razed to make way for the castle and its estate.
I read one monk's account that what was here before was partially underground.
You've done your homework, Father. Yes, some accounts do suggest that, though none of the maps I've studied show anything useful. Marquess?
There are some sinkholes on the far reaches of the grounds, where caverns beneath the old settlements collapsed in. I do not know whether those collapses are the result of time, or if they were manually closed. I suppose it matters not either way. Nothing else remains.
Well, there you go, Father. That's me, I am afraid. I've nothing else to share. Probably quite mundane in the face of everything, but nothing wrong with a break in the face of madness.
Relatively interesting, but I don't think it like has any bearing on what our current mission is. Anyway, let's check the timetable and see if there's any more stuff to do. Otherwise, I'm just going to move the time forward until the mass ball. Or not the mass ball, the silent dinner. Silent dinner. Yeah, okay. It's legitimately just that. Cool. Time to wait once again. I want to get to the fun stuff, the good stuff that keeps the story going. The silent dinner's at 8. It's fine at the bar closes. We've talked to everybody that we care about at the moment. Alright, here we go.
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner? A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here. No talking, please. Unless you'd like to upset our guests. And they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall. Though of course your food has already been prepared. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone. That should be all, if you'll allow me to show you to your seat.
Oh shit, the spirits actually showed up.
Ghosts? Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. Laura. She returned for this. Despite being freed. Mrs. Lau's husband. Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away?
She's giving him a cold shoulder.
Alexander Quinn? Eamon? I did not think that you could actually could have actually. I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat.
Oh.
What is this? There is a key here. The note reads, Blake residence now.
Oh, here we go.
Mrs. Joyce, I assume.
Endgame time.
Perhaps it's a good time to investigate, since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
There isn't really any indication that we could help with Eamon's story either at the moment. Which is a shame. Alright, Blake residence time. Let's see what's up. Basement annex and entrance hall. What the heck is this place? Oh, hang on. Is there a door that leads to the manor from here? Or that leads to the basement? There's no time to waste. I need to get to the Blake's residences. The seance is less than an hour. Where am I? Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was connected like that. The sound of dread is also a lot more palpable, I think, the closer we are to the seance, so this may actually be it. There's less than 1 hour to the seance. Entering the Blake residence is the point of no return. Are you confident in the knowledge that you have gained about the culprit and suspects thus far? I mean, it's all red, so yeah? I think this is the point of no return, so ride or die. Not stopping until we beat this game. What's going on here? It's all boarded up. What? Mrs. Joyce was right. Things are not right here. Is this fresh? Okay. It's locked and hasn't been opened in a while. I suspect there's nothing I need from here. Oh, is everything boarded up? These papers, the scrawlings on them are largely indecipherable and many pages are ruined from liquid being spilt on them. Gather mystics. Seance will channel the life energy. Psychic jolt. When the veil is at its thinnest, open the portal. Wake the god from its sleep. Each letter S has been drawn over in red ink. There's little of interest to me here. Let's read that again. Hang on. Anything that's S is... Okay, I guess we're not getting any of that. They've been turned to face the walls. Drafts of invites for a handful of participants. Only a Finn, Dean, and Mantovani's names are here. They've been turned to face the walls. These statues have been blindfolded. Just like in my dream. A defaced family portrait. Somebody did not want anyone, anything, watching them. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? A defaced family portrait. Somebody did not want anyone, anything watching them. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors. Okay. I think that's everything. I don't think we're constrained by time anymore if it's like this. A portrait of the Blake family. There's another one of these in the atrium, if I remember correctly. They look quite similar. Why are there gates in here? And why are they locked? Guess there's only one way. Lab. There's a lab here? It looks to be a sort of lineage map. It starts with 3 names from long ago. Eberfin, Amergin, and Aramon. It works its way down, then to modern times. At the bottom, many names are struck out, but 2 are circled. Evelyn Dean and Domolo Finn. The 3rd lineage has been erased after the name Gran Niamergin. Okay. The gate is sealed by 3 locks, each requiring the blood of the Milesian who locked it. A periodic table with the names, abbreviations, and details of the elements. Work on distilling. Power from blood. Research for various contraptions like the voltaic battery in the telegraph room. Schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning to some end. This book seems to be part science, part occult. An attempt to marry the two? I can't begin to imagine what this represents. Whatever meaning this may have, it's lost on me. I don't understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this grid have been circled. It's probably the periodic table of elements, because they let me do that, or examine that. A range of scientific equipment, but I cannot make out the specifics of the experiment, if indeed these all relate to one project. A scientific bust. The head is covered in many segments, each with letters on them. They seem to press inwards. I wonder what... Oh. I know what this is. What was circled again? 74, 53, 74, 53, 26. WI 26. Wife. 74, 53, 26. WIFE, wife. Anyway, let's examine everything else first. Books on magic and fringe sciences. A very different selection to the library in the hotel. Jars full of human organs and animals, preserved in strange fluid. Financials, including land and other assets. Books written in many languages, none of which I can read. Blueprints of the grounds. It seems he was looking for something hidden here. Jars full of human organs and animals, preserved in a strange fluid. The dilution of generations. A smear would not be enough to open the gate. Not a drop could be wasted to ensure success. Then a note. The blood must be fresh. They cannot perish before exsanguination. I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, I feel like these don't really contain anything important anymore. Personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accounts over the years. Jars full of human organs and animals preserved in a strange fluid. An assortment of chemicals and poisons. Yep, yada yada yada. Okay. There must be a code here, but which buttons and in what order? Wife. Are the floorboards shaking? Is this a shrine to Mary Blake? I don't think that I should touch anything in here. No, that's probably for the best. It's noted by nothing being interactable in that particular room. Oh, shit. She's there. She's watching me. It seems to map the Blake lineage as far as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. It looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any names, but from this, they would be cousins of the Marquess. An account stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Her name was Gran Niamarjan, and she bore him a son. Thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of this place. There is no record of what happens to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Another empty bedroom? But I gotta remember that Walter actually lives here somewhere, so we need to find it. Books on Irish mythology, magic, and the old ways. Section on Tirnanog have been circled. That's the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. Scrolled across this, we will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. Wait, I already read this part, sorry. I didn't realize it was intertwined. Has Blake been sleeping in here? It's a listing of all Blake family birth records, with all names marked off but two. Jonathan Blake and Walter Blake. Across the page is scrawled, "It must be." A simple projector with the lens cap still on, but it doesn't have any slides. Just light. Am I missing something? Looks like it's another glyph on the wall there. There's little of interest in me here. I mean, high chance the safe code is probably the same code as well, maybe it isn't. Find the safe code. I mean, it's probably this note, isn't it? Yeah, no. Let's check the projection first. It's just a wall. Granted, a well-lit one. Feels like we're missing something. Hang on. Spy, S-P-Y. Oh, no, don't tell me. Is that what this is? Is it like the order of the letters of the alphabet? Maybe? Like, Y is like the 24th letter. I just need to know what the order is, because I don't actually know. So S is 19. Shit, I need to reset. 19. E is 16, so I have to go right 16. And then Y is 25. That's my guess. Is it supposed to say spy? It's not. Shit. But they make it seem as if it does have ties to the history. Oh, is it the number of letters? There are notes about seances, life energy, and channeling. The letter S has been stretched on the topmost page in ink. History. There is no horse paired. The letter Y is circled in a book of Celtic legends. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like something about SPY, and that's why it's like formed like this. I don't know. I thought it's numbering the alphabet, but it's got to be something else. Sections on Tirnanock have been circled. That's the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. I wonder if it's not like spy. It's probably trying to say something else. Celtic legends, family histories, seances. So, seances first. No, I don't know. Psy? Huh. This one's actually sort of stumping me. Okay, if it's not the numbering, maybe it's just this. Table of elements. Spy. 16, 15... And then where's Y? Is there a Y? 39. 16, 15, 39. Okay. I'll try that. Yeah. I mean, it did use the combination before. I may just be overthinking it. $16. Oh my god, I have to go all the way around. $15. 39. It is. Okay, I'm just dumb. Never mind. Cool. Yeah, I'm just dumb. Okay, cool. A pile of projector slides. And this. A stone with a hole carved in the center. Why would this be in the safe? The note says, these hag stones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Let's add the slides to this projector. Stars. Is there a pattern hidden amongst the stars? I'll adjust the dials and see if a solution will make itself clear. I've seen this before, in my dreams. This is the same shape I've seen in my dreams. At least it's an easy one this time around. Wish I hadn't expected that. What are you hiding, Marcus? I seem to be in an empty closet. Oh, is this where we meet Walter? Somebody's coming.
My boy, it is time. I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother. Your sacrifice will bring her back to us.
Sacrifice? Are you trying to...
Back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. ready for you at the seance.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
She will be.
He's not there.
We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
What in the hell? Where is Walter Blake?
The chair was empty, but both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't.
I thought we actually saw him too.
Are they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
Tales of a Little White Rabbit and the Value of Being Kind. I can't imagine it's ever been read. A collection of short stories for small children, each imparting a biblical lesson. It looks completely untouched, and yet it's lying on the floor as though it's just been read. A toy soldier in mint condition. I don't think it's ever been played with. A children's book about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. The pages are stuck together like it's brand new. None of these have ever been played with? Spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell the word God in a wheelbarrow that looks as good as new. These meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh, prepared earlier today. A little dog on wheels. No phrase in its leash, no paint off its wheels. A painting of Mary Blake. A stuffed bear that looks as though it's never had the joy of being held. A rocking horse. Its polished isn't even scratched. What the heck is going on? That portrait. I wonder.
The young master is here, but no.
It's forged?
This paint is different. It's fresher, newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him. He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquez and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
Mary Blake. Her expression is unhappy. Jonathan Blake. He looks younger here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? I couldn't even tell. Oh dear God. Something has tricked the Marquess to think his son is real. Something from the Tuatha De Danann? Tuatha De Danann, rather. Jonathan Blake intends to sacrifice his resurrect. Hang on. Walter Blake isn't real. Sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be? This level of replication. Not just
Yeah.
here, but in all
That's
the
why Mr.
portraits
Coventry
suggests the
is
culprit
who did it.
expert artist. I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder, and if
Well, there's only one person. Walter Blake cannot be saved. Walter Blake is not a real boy, but some form of mass hallucination that the Marquess and the staff are experiencing. This ritual, it doesn't seem like anyone is going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Dean. I need to get out there and stop it. Well, for one thing, I can 100% confirm that it is Mr. Coventry who is the culprit, because he is the one who actually paints shit. It can only be him, 100%. Time is moving forward again. Grand Seance at the Hedge Maze. Oh boy. Here it is, endgame time, baby. I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out to the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it's too late. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, but we'll continue shortly, sorry. All right. The hedge maze, so it's all the way on the north side. The wheelchair's here. Walter's wheelchair. They wheeled it out this far, then abandoned it. What does Blake think is happening here?
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
It looks like they have begun. The ritual. Let me check the map as well. There's an empty space here. It's for me. Waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer.
To come forth, be witnessed by us, be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good lord.
What the f... Is that Miss Matavani? The Hagstone. It's protecting you, Deacon. I'm alive. And the others, are they okay? She's dead. Yeah, that was Miss Matavani. That's fucking crazy. Jesus. Evidence record, Miss Matavani's death. She is dead, evaporated by the ritual. I'm assuming everybody here with Holy Light is protected one way or another, because I did tell people that they would be protected.
What are those things? Are they fae?
Unearthly creatures of the woods, rivers, and hills. Jesus Christ.
She goes this way. But how?
This is where, I think this is where Evelyn was kidnapped, wasn't it?
My head.
Speak your name to enter.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
We know who it is. It's definitely him.
Welcome, Simon.
Fucking knew it. That guy's been sus since the beginning. A bed with research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? The tag says Miss Dean, so this is where it was brought. Here lies Norman Blake, died in Church Cave-In, 1805 to 1836. Where it says buried as he lived, alone, is scratched over frantically. Various paintings of Walter Blake that Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistakes he feared people will see through. The reference photograph has Henry Blake, 1840, written on the back. Oh, Walter Blake is not real. That's funny. It looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836.
A collection of papers, a birth certificate, and a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here. His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father. Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world.
Oh. Is Simon Henry?
His father's notes. The notes that resulted in his death. Among them, the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil, and eventually much older he returned to the manor. Armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets, he had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivenu, locked in a deep sleep, the god's dreams already colored by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward. To have his youth returned, he will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
That is some devious plan. Jesus. A sigil fell out of the pile. Well, since we've already discovered everybody's mystery, so we might as well do that now too. Simon Coventry's goal is to free the entity to assume the role of his magical fabrication. Walter Blake. To inherit his ancestral home because his real identity is ousted heir Henry Blake. I mean, the game practically spelled it out to me.
Is really Henry Blake, ousted heir of the Blake title and fortunes. He has returned with the intent of using magic to reclaim what was taken from him. I need to
That's
stop.
crazy. Who is Mr. Coventry? I understand now that Mr. Coventry is actually an heir to the Blake estate, Henry Blake. Damn. Is that everybody? Now just Jonathan Blake. But you know, it's not like we can solve anything right now. Notes on the ritual I found under Miss Dean's bed. Mr. O'Finn's too. Some rough notes. O'Finn recognized me. After all these years. He was only a child when I visited his camp seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough. A wealthy outsider coming to ask of their god? I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him though. That was risky. Gah, but what if he outed me? Thankfully I played in those catacombs as a lad and know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I've taken most of a bottle to ease the pain. By tonight, back troubles will be a future problem. This time, I will care better for my joints. A bottle of painkiller. It's empty. I think that's everything in this room, right? No, this one's different. Here lies Norman Blake. Died in a church cave-in, 1805 to 1836. Where it says buried as he lived alone is scratched over frantically. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh shit. Everything looks so weird. This is the church area. There's more of them. They're closing in on the church. The Reverend. He's been murdered. The Fae are inside the church. There's nowhere else to go. Oh, is this where Goivnu's been hiding? Or been trapped? There's Miss Evelyn. Coventry. Henry Blake. He's praying to the entity. To the smithing god, Goivnu.
It's Mr. O'Finn. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way to open this and get him out. Miss Dean! I need to find a way to get her out while she's still alive.
Now, Walter. No tears now. Not long to go. Mummy
I didn't realize my face was hidden all this time too.
Thanks to you, you big, brave boy. This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big, happy family. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop this.
I need to get through to him. What do I say? Oh, I have to do this, okay. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled, but I would have all I could ever. Who was restraining me? And where is my son? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought. No. I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there. There is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy. Taken from me. And Mary. My Mary. She is truly gone. Never coming back. Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled. By a relation I did not even know existed. Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son. Only to take them from me?
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon, and I will be. Islam, Jonathan. You will be nothing!
Oh shit. The Marcus cannot be saved. Marcus Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked to nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted heir, Henry Blake, posing as Simon Coventry. What are these vats? These look much older than the vats. Perhaps they're the original locks that the Milesians used to seal the gate. Coventry's, Henry Blake's, rather, painting of himself inserted into the family as Walter Blake, right in front of Goivnew, like a strange type of shrine. This must be how Coventry seeded that idea into the god's mind to keep it front and center in his thoughts so they would be present in his dreams, which is how it infiltrated the minds of the staff and guests here, tricking everyone into believing the child was real, and how he clouded everyone's mind about Miss Dean's disappearance in the room, as well as the staff's mind, as well as to having they met him before this event. These look much older than the vats. Perhaps they're the original locks that... Yep, we talked about this already. A painting of Mary. Henry Blake wielded grief like a whip to a slave.
The Tuatha Dé Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Tal'Tiu. After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them.
Oh yeah, this is the Irish myth stuff that we read about.
However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Dé Danann went below ground through this here portal. We even stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the 3 Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Guivna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still. He just wants to go home to his people.
I'm just gonna save just in case. These dials, they seem to be a kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? I had a feeling. Looks like this is if he just wants to go into his people, why can't we just free him? Feels like this is a multiple ending sort of situation. Scoil, oh. Kill a powerful body, thus freeing its soul. I mean, if it frees him, that's fine too, I suppose. The sigil fills me with dread, but it is powered by a sense of ambition. This is Goiv news. I mean, it feels like it's this. This is the one that the game wants me to choose, I feel. So maybe I'll try that one? I'll do Scoil first, and then we can take a look at the other sigils and see what they do, eh? It's probably for the best. Something is happening. Nope. I need to start with the middle one for sure. Okay, this is Skawil. Mystery solved. Nice. Oh, shit. More stuff.
So, this is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I owe you a drink.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe.
Oh, we see everybody's epilogues. Nice.
Miss Montavani's family were devastated with the news of her death, but at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years. Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House. Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family. Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World. Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the seance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel.
That's nice.
Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event. Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again. Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Dean and used that power to create a better life for herself. With Miss Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter. Father Synod retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of
Seamus.
Ireland with his hound, Seamus. Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped. Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls. He kept the name Blake Manor.
Detective Ward saved 21 people. Nice, solved all mysteries. Perfect. True completion. Let's go.
Do you think this will work?
I have no idea. But I have read her notes. She knew what she was doing. There's no harm in trying, right?
I'm not sure you can say that. Not after everything. But yes, let's do it.
A seance. Eamon.
Are you?
Is he trying to close? Eamon. The first talking seance. Oh, that was it. That was Blake Manor. Now I do want to see all the other endings, so we'll do that first, but I'm glad that I chose that ending, because at least he can still go home. Oh, thank God I made a manual. Thank God the game also autosave just in case anything happens. But that was it. I do want to see like what all the other endings do, though.
He just...
Let's try the close one. Hello, let me... Thank you. Oh, this is one's tub. I can just do that, I guess. That would work out so much better. Yep, I'm just dumb. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was just dumb. This one's the close ending. This feels like it's exactly the same as the other one.
So...
Yeah, it looks like it's the same as the other one. But at least in the other one, the guy actually gets to go home. Goivnu.
Freed from the Vase's curse.
Yeah, we've seen all these endings.
you think this will work?
There's no.
Well, yeah.
No.
Okay, that ending is legitimately just the same. Okay, I was expecting something more distinct. It doesn't save Goivnu though, I guess. The one that we chose actually saved Goivnu.
He just...
Oh, that was easier than I thought. Now this one hopefully should be distinctly different. Ah, yes, this is different. Oh shit. Oh no, everybody's dead? Oh, that's not good. I can see why that's not a good ending. That's probably the bad ending. So you have to actually like close the gate or kill him. All right. Well, that's that. That's all the endings. At least we chose the good ending for the first one. But yeah, that was the Sansa Blake banner. I was actually fairly satisfied with the ending, but it gave us like, it feels like the reveal, I wanted us to like discover the reveal by ourselves, but it gave us like way too much at the end. That being said, I did like all the character stories. Feels like it's an 8 or 9 out of 10. That being said, at least this is done. Hopefully Panda will have a heck of a time watching this next time. But yeah, that's it. That means Friday is Sonic Frontiers time. It's about time I get to that. So I'll leave it here for now since it is pretty late. It's been 3 hours, so yeah. How many hours did it take me to beat? It says here 18 hours. Damn, I must have been very thorough. Alright then guys, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching everybody. Have a good one.